What's up, guys? So I had to record after the fights were done. I had live commentaries, but I literally was not saying anything. I was just too focused and trying to focus on the battle at hand. But I know Kash likes to run Uchihas, and I saw him run Jinchurikis the night before, so I figured I have to play around either of those. Safest bet against Uchihas is you run your own Jinchurikis. They're immune to debuffs, you don't have to worry about crowd control. But then, you know, he runs Kushina, which is the counter to Jinchuriki, so it's a risk as well. I know he also likes to run barriers, so I kept the Kisame for that reason. And otherwise, I would have done a Killer Bee instead to get the boost, but I'm glad I chose Kisame to get rid of the barrier. It would have been too much damage. Kurama in the third position is not what I really would have liked, but I was hoping that, you know, position 2 Kisame would do better with interrupts overall. So that's what I ended up doing. And I think in this fight, I know my position 1 was faster. But I believe my Kisame was faster than even his Minato. But anyway, the theory behind this team was Kushina to pretty much stop myself against other Jinchurikis. And she does really good against Uchihas in the sense where she can paralyze them, and if they are running any kind of immunities, it prevents that. But, you know, Kash brought out clones with the Shisui team. And clones are Kushina's biggest weakness since she hits the targeted unit and then 2 others at random. So the more clones and more bodies you have in your land, the harder it is to play against her. Also, the reason why I ran Pixie Dust instead of Dance of Impetus is one, Kisame is the only one to really be really clear with, and I was planning ahead for him using Uchihas. Like, I thought he was going to do Susanoo Itachi, Shisui, all that in the first round. So the theory was, if he was faster position 2 and instantly chaos my Kisame to stop him from losing the barrier, I would Pixie Dust, and with the Katsuyu Summon Mystery, it would clear off the chaos and I could still Kisame to get rid of the barrier. So I really planned ahead for that, and that's kind of why I kept the whole setup. But Pixie Dust was also good since it got rid of the Windmane's Flower Guard, and I was easily able to also pop more dodges and stuff like that. So when I lost the Windmane though, I was sweating. I was already thinking like, oh, this fight, man, like it puts me in a really bad situation. At least I can keep up the sustain with this team and go for Windmane. But you know, you have Minato and Shisui always dodging, and Iruka having that chance to dodge too. So 3 against 4, Windmane was going to die next round. It was just a really intense and crazy fight. Like, I gotta give it to Kash. Like, this was one of the hardest and best fights I had to do in freaking months. Like, it's been, I never got to the top 4 of Space-Time to begin with, or the whatever, after the group. But, you know, Kozo just didn't show up, so he let me win to go on to the next round. And I had to make Kozo proud, because if he let me out of the group stages, I had to make sure I get at least into the top 4. And that's what I was hoping to do, but I really planned a lot. I had 8 to 10 teams to go through, 4 of them being different Kushina variants that I wasn't sure which one to go with. And I'm glad I ended up choosing this one because, you know, it does have the sustain, Kushina self-healing, popping immunities, paralyzing, doing a lot of damage. Because Kushina has really ridiculous growth and scaling with her own crit, so she starts hitting freaking hard. But Kurama also has consistent mysteries every single round. Kisame was there for either interrupting 2, 3, or 4, as well as chakra stealing for the most part, which I was planning for. But you know, him being chaos or even out of the loop afterwards, I was just really relieved that the team kept up the sustain. And there were a couple people doubting in the chat. I saw that. You know, they said this was my downfall for going with this team. People didn't have trust in Kushina, but honestly, I feel like Kushina is a really underrated ninja. She hits really hard, has really good sustain. So I put a lot of thought into running this team, and you know, I'm glad it all. Like, I wouldn't say it went according to plan. I knew it wasn't going to be a one-sided win, and for a fact, I knew that it was going to be a difficult fight. So, you know, getting a close round fight, which I think was like an 8 rounds or something, I don't even know. But at that point, killing off Minato, killing off Iruka, and then going up against Shisui 3v1. That's where it was at right there. I mean, that's when I finally felt secure in the win, because up until that point, Kash, that shit was crazy. That was a crazy good fight. I really enjoyed it. I would have wished to be, doing a proper live commentary during that, but I was so focused and just nervous. This went down to 8 rounds. I Kisame there for, I didn't mean to do it for round 8. I meant to do it for the end of 7, but it already went to round 8 and used itself up. Otherwise, I could have Kurama'd and just gone with a cushion up, but double immobilization chase is overkill as well. So this team, I like it. It's good for 1v1s. It's pretty slow, but has heavy sustain. So that's just the reason why I chose that team. And going into round 2 now, I wasn't sure what Kash was gonna run afterwards, but I knew I had to change teams because I could have kept the original team and just, try my luck and hope for the best, but I switched teams, keeping Kisame, running Angel Conan, and playing Grudge Kakuzu. Now, running Grudge Kakuzu position 4 is not a good choice because he has an interrupt and you won't be able to really use it on the round 4. But I kept him 4 just because I wanted to have the clear at the end after everyone went off, and my position 4 is pretty slow. So I was pretty much hoping that in case Angel Conan was crowd controlled, he'd be able to clear it off. And he would be there taking up hits since he had super armor, and I didn't want to leave the wingman over there either. So this was the variation of the team I was fighting. Kash ended up using Edo Roshi with Kushina and B, the same team he ran last night against, I think, Nepina. But the biggest downfall with Edo Roshi is his only real utility is the barrier. And that's why I had to keep the Kisame, because I was worried about Shisui barriers or even possibility of an Edo Roshi popping out. So if he kept that 40% ninjutsu and 60% defense boost from that barrier, that fight would have been so different. I mean, he would have been able to tank it. Me going Angel Conan was a long shot. I didn't know what to go. I could have went with Chihans, could have kept Jinchurikis too, but I was confident in my Angel Conan's damage. So even if I knew that I could have fought Jinchurikis and then I can't CC anyone on the team, but I still felt like, okay, it's gonna do good. Kakuzu, I know how weak my Kakuzu's damage is. So every time I use him, his mystery never does more than 1300 on position 4. And I got lucky that Roshi had literally like 2600 HP left. And even then I was thinking, like, what if he hits less than that? Like, what if I messed up? So I got really lucky that it ended up actually killing Roshi, getting the scale off. Round 3, the dance of MPS is pretty pointless, and that's kind of why playing around with mains is really difficult in fights, especially 1v1 situations. Because common sense and common knowledge is you target the main. They can't chase, they can't provide utility or support. So it was really nerve-wracking, honestly. Like, I was nervous as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. Kash made me think about a lot of stuff, because I knew it was really hard to fight against him being higher power. But position 1 advantage really helped out, and it was just a matter of whichever teams you were gonna use. But that was the fights. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the post commentary, analysis, whatever. But tomorrow, fight against Conan, ending up in the top 4 is furthest I've ever ended up being in space time. So it's been a long comeback to reach this point.